Don't fall for the clickbait. This is one of the best Air Jordan 1s in recent times. This launch was a disaster. This is Nike's own version of Disney's Snow White movie. Is this release Nike's guilt trip?
Hola amigos, it's me, Klaus.
Yes, 180,000 pairs of the Air Jordan 1 High Black Toe Reimagined were made, but let's talk about what's really got people losing their minds. Nike ditched the legendary Wings logo and replaced it with an Air Jordan branding, and it got a lot of people confused. But here's the thing, this isn't just some random design change, it's actually a tribute. And trust me, the devil is in the details. Now, I just gave you everything you clicked for within seconds. I respect your time. So can we establish some trust here? At least promise to watch the entire video because there's a lot more to unpack. From the moment you open the box, you know Nike went all out. The first thing you see, the classic picture of MJ with the Jordan 1s draped around his neck. Bro was just a kid back then. He's just a baby. And then there's the insane packaging. The paper is covered with OG sketches and graphics, plus a mysterious message on the lid, special attention M Jordan. My guess, this is what Nike wrote when they first shipped them the Air Jordan 1 prototype, because that is what this sneaker essentially is. A retro of the original prototype that MJ played in. And here's the craziest detail. Nike even recreated a secret handwritten message that MJ once wrote on this exact colorway when gifting a pair to a close friend. My very best Michael Jordan. So this isn't just another retro, it's a piece of history. But is this Nike's weirdest release strategy yet? I mean, the whole release feels like they couldn't make up their mind. On one hand, they're bending over backwards to cater OG sneakerheads who are even older than me, if that's even possible. They're romanticizing the history of the Air Jordan 1, making it all nostalgic and special, but then they turn around and drop the exact same colorway in Fortnite. Months before release to introduce this dinosaur of a silhouette to a bunch of kids who honestly can't even afford the retail price tag. In my opinion, the Fortnite move is probably the reason this sneaker was delayed since October last year. I think Nike was just hoping to go viral by throwing this into a game as a cosmetic. Maybe they should have picked Marvel Rivals, because even I know that Fortnite isn't cool anymore. I mean, it could have been worse. They could have just placed this in Overwatch 2 instead. The result, a rollout so botched, pairs got backdoored months in advance. Resale tanked, and you could literally find these below retail months before the actual release. Like, what the hell? This launch was a disaster. This is Nike's own version of Disney's Snow White movie. Nike fumbled, and we won. Let's be real, the only reason why these didn't fly off shelves is because of Nike's bizarre release strategy, and not the sneaker itself. Don't fall for the clickbait. This is one of the best Air Jordan 1s in recent times. If you love the Jordan 1 history, this is a dream come true. And the fact that we could grab this beauty for retail or even below is unreal. Yo, I hope Nike keeps fumbling releases like this. Imagine a world where grails actually sit. But don't get too comfortable with Nike's new hype control strategy. I bet the next big drops will only have half the global stock of the Black Toes Reimagined. That's my prediction, so enjoy the W's while they last. Is this release Nike's guilt drop? A lot of people were confused why Nike dropped the Black Toes Reimagined the day after the 85 Breds. Yo, I think Nike actually felt bad. With only 23,000 pairs of the Breds worldwide, I think they saw the L's piling up and they were like, damn, we should just throw them a consolation prize. So instead of W's, we got sorry for your losses ones. Before we move on, do me a solid, can we take a second to hit that subscribe button? Because I was out here freezing my ass off just to get that crispy on-feed B-roll for you guys. Seriously, just look at my face. I was suffering. At one point, I couldn't feel my toes. You get it? Black Toe Reimagined. But hey, anything for the content, I appreciate you guys. These dropped on February 15th on the Sneakers app and select retailers for 189.99 euros. That's 180 US dollars. Global stock 180,000 pairs. Sounds decent, right? Wrong. Nike blessed the US with 138,734 pairs on the Sneakers app, while EU UK got a pathetic 7,095. At this point, it's clear. Nike gives 0 when it comes to European sneakerheads. Luckily, I caught mine early on February 10th during the sneaker scratch shock drop, which I knew about hours before it happened thanks to the private stash sneakers Discord. But even with Europe's slow stock, these ended up sitting for a while. Even bigger sizes stuck around before eventually selling out. Crazy times. And now I'd like to hand it over to our resident leather expert Klaus. He's world famous for portraying the legendary Puss in Boots, and let's just say he had some very interesting things to say about the quality of the leather on these Jordans.
Hola amigos, it's me Klaus. This Jordan 1 is fantastico. And even though it's not a boot, I like boots. They are the best. The leather feels bueno, nice.
Thanks, Klaus. Go through the sides. These are comfy as hell, and in my totally unprofessional opinion as a random YouTuber, these are straight up gorgeous. And with that, I think we covered everything I wanted to say in this review, unless you want me to start ranking shoelaces. As always, thank you for watching the entire video. I'll see you on the next one.